Hello, I want to demonstrate a powerful tool that you can use for demographic information for communities when you're doing research on churches or communities within your area. The Association of Religion Data Archives has a website where they have created a powerful database of census information that is freely available to anybody, pastors, researchers, to find out information. So, what I want to show you today is how to do a community profile where you can look at specific demographic information about your ministry context. So, you can go to ARDA.com and the Association of Religion Data Archives. And what you want to do is there's lots of different tabs here. There's US religion, world religion. There's all kinds of different data archives, measuring tools, research. You can look at different kinds of things, teaching modules, and then information on your community. So what we're going to do is do a community profile. So you want to go to US religion, you want to do a community profile, and this is where you can get demographic information about your particular community. So if you're a pastor and you want to know what is the makeup of the area in which you're pastoring, if you want to know how many churches are in the area, you want to know what kinds of churches are in the area. If you're a church planter and you're looking at a community to find out where there's information about what churches already exist, so you can plan the best place to put a church, those kinds of questions, this is the perfect place to do it. So you want to go to community profiles, you're going to click on this, and it's going to come up. The first thing that you're going to do is put in the zip code of your location. So I'm in Tulsa. So I'm going to put in 74171, which is the zip code of where I'm doing research today. And you push create profile. And when you do that, a map's going to come up and you can see that it is identifying the area around Oral Roberts University. So if you look over on the right, there's a community profile information here. We've already entered our zip code. You can enter the radius of the area that you want to identify. So right now it's set at 2 miles. You could set it at 5 miles. You could do other mile, other spans that you want to do, for example, 20 miles, or you could do just 1 mile just in your area, your block. So the default is 2. I'm going to leave it there. The next thing you're going to do is you want to click on the map using your mouse to identify the particular place you want to be. So I could zoom out a little bit if I wanted to using the zoom in or out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click here right at 81st and Lewis and put my spot there. Now, what it's going to do is it's now made a 2 mile radius on the map, and that helps me to see. Now, already you can see these are all the churches in this particular area already, but because I selected this circle, it's going to show up there. So once I have 2 miles, you can see the profile button is now available. So I can click on that. What it's going to do is generate a community profile report. This is a report of census data. And so you can see it gives a little bit of generalized information here. And then there's all kinds of reports that you can do. There's religion, housing, income, employment, gender, education, family, race, and all kinds of things. So the first is the religion report, and you can see this is a list of all of the churches within that 2 mile circle. And so you can see quite a bit. It gives their affiliation, so you know what kind of church. So if you're saying, well, we need a certain kind of church in this particular area, you can go down and see if there's any that you're not aware of. So there's several there within that sphere. When it talks about the makeup of this area, and it's the census data here. So the top 5 religious groups you can see are non-denominational churches. And Southern Baptist, United Methodist, Catholic, and Assemblies of God. Those are your top 5 groups. And then you can see other religious changes. obviously there's been 117% growth in the last 10 years in non-denominational Christian churches in this area. So that's pretty significant. The housing report shows you all kinds of information about what kind of housing people live in. So the majority live in single family houses, but there's also a large number of people living in multi-unit houses. There's some mobile homes and so on and so forth. You can see owner versus renter. You can see the cost of rent in this area. You can see housing values in this area. You can see income report. You can see all kinds of information. So each of these categories are really helpful for trying to understand your population you're trying to reach and the community in which you're situated. And so this is kind of information that you would want to share to understand your community, your church, the religious climate of the area in which you're trying to minister. And so each of these there, so um, you can generate all kinds of report based on that. You can print it, you can PDF, you can generate in Excel. You can change what you're looking at, and so on and so forth. So there's a few other tools on here. For example, the Real World Religion also has similar kinds of tools. So you could click on nations. You could look at a particular nation or a particular region, or there's a list of nations down here. For example, if I wanted to look at China, then it would give me all kinds of religion profiles here to get hard statistical data. For example, if you want to make a claim about how many Christians there are, you can say 7%, and do that with a hard data. There's also profiles here that give you some basic information and many other types of reports that are there with that. So there's lots to explore on here. It's a really helpful tool. Again, ARDA is the home, and the community profile is right here on this. There's also other things like maps. So you could do an interactive map and just kind of look at, so here we are, this is Tulsa County. I want to click on that. And on Tulsa County, let's see, I could do Oklahoma. Oh, there you go, on there. So major religious groups in Tulsa County. So I can roll down and um, major religious families. For example, I could look up Pentecostals and find out how many adherents are in this area. So in Tulsa County, 27.6% are Pentecostal. In Pawnee County, 63% are Pentecostal. And so you can see there's different ways to change the map. You can look at evangelical Protestant, etc. And then you could change how the map looks. So in Tulsa County, there's 400,000 believers. If I want to change it to evangelical Protestants, now I can look. So 397 out of 1,000. Adherence, let's change that to that. 2020 adherence. Evangelical Protestants. Change them out. 266,000 in the Tulsa County area are evangelical Protestants. So each of these are tools that would be helpful for getting that information. So I hope that helps, and I hope you'll get a chance to use it. And you will cite it by, for example, U.S. religion county maps, and then ARDA is the website you would use and your access date. Hope that helps. There's lots to explore in there, and it would be beneficial for any pastor or researcher. Thanks.